Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the Finally Fall book tag. This tag was created by Tall Tales, and of course I'll leave the link to her video in the description below, but I loved how she gave the option in this video to do the tag either from the perspective of books that you have read and that you would recommend, or doing this tag from the perspective that these are books on your TBR, and I'm gonna choose to do the TBR version of this tag. It was a little bit challenging because I haven't read any of these books, so I'm not entirely sure if all of these answers that I give for the books match the questions. All of these books that I will be mentioning in response to the questions are books that are on my TBR and books that I think possibly could be answering these questions, so we'll just see how it goes. The first question reads, "In fall the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting." So I'm just gonna go with Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I have been told that this book is very dreamy and whimsical, and for me something kind of fantasy-like and out there would be a pretty vivid setting. Question 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. For this, I'm definitely going with A Little Life. Now, I've heard this book is tragic. It follows this young man's life, who is the main character, just goes through a lot of tragedy and trauma, so obviously dealing with the topics of loss and grief, but I still desperately want to read this book. Question 3, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I don't read much nonfiction, but I do currently have a nonfiction book on my TBR, and that's Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown, and this book is about true belonging and courage in standing alone. I think that's like the little tagline for this, so I'm sure I'm gonna learn something new from it. 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family / household / friend group that you'd like to be a part of. This one was hard, obviously, because if I haven't read the book, I don't know the characters or the friendship dynamic and if I would want to be a part of it. So I am going to be choosing a book in a series for this, and I'm just going to go with Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas because I love Kale and I really love the friendships and relationships in this book series, so I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like the friendships in Tower of Dawn. Question 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a color of fall-colored spines. So for this, I am picking 3 books on my TBR, and I'll just flash the covers here on the screen. I have Red for Illuminae, I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and actually this book would probably make a really good fall read because I've heard it's about this small village and a dragon, and it's a standalone fantasy novel. And finally, I'm gonna pick the brown cover of Crooked Kingdom. All of these colors kind of look fall to me, so that's why I picked them. 6, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Obviously, this is also hard because I don't know if the book actually has a storytelling element because I haven't read the book, but I thought it was a safe bet to choose a historical fiction story because historical fiction tends to lean heavy on the storytelling side. So for this, I'm picking Let the Great World Spin. Now, this book, I'm still really unclear of what it's about. It was recommended to me by one of you guys, but it looks really good. It takes place in New York City, set in the 1970s, and it follows a couple characters and their lives. And I don't know if they somehow all connect or what, but it's kind of a very character-driven story, which sounds wonderful, and I'm sure there are a lot of stories to be told in here. 7, the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Definitely going with Sharp Objects here by Gillian Flynn. I haven't read this one, and I've been meaning to for so long. I think Halloween is going to be the perfect time to read a spooky story like this one. Question 8, the days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. So I think I'm gonna go with Alex Approximately for this one because it sounds like just a cute, sweet romance. I mean, it's been described as You've Got Mail, so I think it definitely could brighten up someone's cold and rainy day. 9, fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. I have mentioned this, I mean, even in my most recent video, I think, but I really want the 4th book in the Cormoran Strike series, which, do we actually have a name for it? I don't know. If we do, I forgot the name for it, but I desperately want to know more about what's happening in this mystery series because I am so attached to the characters at this point, and I'm really craving a good mystery. So please bring the 4th book back. I want to read it so bad. It's on my mental TBR, even though it doesn't even exist in print yet, but one day it will exist and I will be reading it and I will be happy. Final question is, fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So I don't really have many cozy reading accessories, but I will share a couple. I always have my big ol' fuzzy blanket. I actually have two, so this is just one of them. I don't care how hot it is. I always like a reason to be under this blanket, especially when I'm reading. And then my most recent candle buy has been obviously from Bath & Body Works, where I get all of my candles, and it's Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. It smells really good. It smells just like fall. It has harvest pumpkin, spiced clove, vanilla bean, and brown sugar. So it's very subtly sweet, but it has more of the notes of the pumpkin and the cinnamon. That's really what you get a good whiff of. So for me, it is such a good fall smell. I actually had this on when I was reading Harry Potter the other night, and I was under my blanket, and it was such a wonderful reading experience. I also would just include having the Harry Potter soundtracks on in the background while reading. I really like to listen to books while reading, to just instrumental type of music and soundtracks, things like that don't have words, so it's not distracting. And the Harry Potter soundtracks always give such a great fall ambiance. They have some spooky parts to them, but there's also just that nostalgia that comes along with it. So I think Harry Potter music in general makes a really good background listening noise. I don't know if music is considered an accessory like this question was asking, but that's my answer. I'm including it anyway. So if you have read any of these books, let me know which one I should start with, because all of these books are on my TBR and I don't know where to start. Please let me know in the comment below. That rhymed. Yay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and happy reading.